I know that when I say this, people are going to get mad. But the fact that the fans ranked Caitlin Clark 2 and that the players ranked her 11.
Well, what that either tells me is she has no friends going to bat for her, or they don't have that much respect for her. The player rank that really blew my mind the most, Azzi Fudd being ranked the 28th best guard by the players in the league is absolutely mind-boggling to me. Caitlin being 11, Paige is ranked number 1 by players. I don't have any real arguments with that. Do you have any arguments with that?
I have none. I think Paige is the best guard in the league.
Yeah.
I'm a hot girl. I'm a hot girl. I get anything I want. This is my world. I make big moves in my big heels. Since the day that I was born, I've been a big deal.
I started doing coffee again.
I thought you had already done that.
In just like you vaping in Europe, it was supposed to be Europe.
I gave it up. It was a European only thing, and I gave it up.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying is I thought that was gonna be me, and then it wasn't me, and now I've had a vanilla latte, and it's only 8:30 a.m.
Same.
So I think I'm back
into coffee.
Yeah,
like back in on caffeine.
Not just caffeine, but specifically
that
coffee.
Was high pitched. That was a squeak. You know what I was squeaking over when I got back was
air conditioning?
No, well, that. I definitely laid on the floor underneath the vent for 10 minutes. Just
Did you? Yeah.
Spread eagle.
Ooh, spread eagle.
I just had days and days of
spread eagle. I don't think spread eagle means.
You don't know what I was doing? You have no idea how I celebrate.
That seems very dry. It seems very drying.
Anyway,
spread eagle on the vents.
The All-Star starters had me lit. This lit, angry.
Is it lit or furious?
Furious.
Yeah.
Had my fuse like a firework.
Sizzling.
That's what I was doing. Because where the hell is Sonia Citron on this starters list? I know we have other players to get to that before, but she should also be on the starters list. What's your biggest beef with the starters list?
Ooh.
Where do we even start?
I've got so many, to be honest.
Let me name the starters. For those who haven't seen.
All right.
The guards. We have Paige Bueckers, Olivia Miles, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell. Those are the 4 starters at guard. And then we have 6 front court players. We have Asia Wilson. We have Stewie. We have Jess Shepard. We have AB, Gabby Williams, and Natasha Howard. Go ahead.
My biggest beef is 3 fever starters.
3?
And you can tell that it's Bouguet's. And listen, first and foremost, I love Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell is my dog. Kelsey Mitchell, one of the best scorers. Kelsey Mitchell can do so many goddamn things with the basketball. Such an unguardable player. So this is no shade to Kelsey Mitchell.
Sure.
But it's clearly just the fan rank that's making her a starter. She's 7th in player ranks, 7th in media ranks, and 3 in the fan rank. And yet somehow the fan rank is weighted so heavily that she ends up becoming a starter over Rhyne Howard, who's actually the inverse of Kelsey Mitchell, where it's gets respect from players, 2nd ranked by players, 4th ranked by the media, and the fans, which probably because of her own actions, which we can talk about in a second, 9th in the fan voting.
I also think she's guilty by association, which I'll also get to in a minute. But
so remember, for the fans, I was thinking about this. To be 9th in the fans and 2nd in the players, that's quite a disparity. But listen, do you remember Media Photogate?
Yeah. Permission they call her now.
Okay, so for people who don't remember or weren't locked into the preseason, Rhyne Howard had, just like everyone else, media day photos taken. Mm-hmm. Those photos ended up at large public. Getty posted
They go on
them.
Getty, yeah, because they go on Getty.
That's just how it goes.
It's just how it works.
Her biggest stan account posted a photo of Rhyne Howard's media day. And then Rhyne posted on Twitter, I hate it when people post my media day photos before I get the chance to. And then links the stan account of who it was. And then there's a whole back and forth so bad that she has to turn her comments off. And now people are constantly asking Rhyne for permission for things they don't need because the photo that was posted was just on Getty. And the girl's like, hey, I'm your hugest fan. And then then the fan was so turned off that she changed the account to something else.
Wait, is it a different fan account now?
I think she changed it.
Who is it? I
don't know. I need to investigate.
Or is it like a totally different team?
I think it might. I don't know. Chat, don't burn me up alive over this. Don't burn me up. I thought it was a totally different team.
It's now a Kelsey Plum stan account.
This is what I'm saying. That's crazy. And I think on top of the fact that she's not really talked about a lot, media knows her because they're watching games. Players know because she's a bucket and they play against her. But there's not a lot of narratives and storylines and shine given to Rhyne Howard on a day-to-day basis that fans who are not Atlanta Dream fans, and we already have just established, Atlanta Dream fans are kind of pissed off at her.
Well, and like I was starting to say, I think a little bit of guilt by association, because what we can tell based on this fan voting is there are a lot of Fever fans voting, right?
Ugh.
And if you had to take a
guess,
they're
voting Sarah multiple times.
Oh, for sure they are. But who would you take a guess? Which team would you take a guess that Fever fans are going to be most likely to not vote for?
The team whatever team Angel Reese is on.
Right. So guilty by association is what Rhyne Howard has become. And even Asia was like, this is some bullshit.
It definitely is.
I want to first say congratulations to the ones that were selected. I think it was very well deserved. I think on the back end, though, I think it was very disrespectful that nobody from our team was selected as a starter. One, because we are the number one team in our conference. Two, we are still the fourth in the league. And I know we had some rough games, but it's consistently been Ryan's been top in steals this whole year. Jordan has been top in steals. We have 4 players in steals. I mean, I've consistently had double-doubles almost every game and the most in the league and leading rebounds. Ryan's a great three-point shooter. She leads the league in three-point shooting. And Leash, obviously, by herself, she has double figures almost every game, maybe just not one. But the consistency from the three, we're not fourth. We're not first in the conference by just anything. And for us not to have anyone was just a slap in the face.
Slap in the face. She's not wrong. And I think I read somewhere, or if it was like a tweet, I don't quote me exactly on where it came from. It might have been earlier in that bite, but she said something along the lines of like, they're too humble to say this themselves, so I'm going to say it. And I really appreciate her going to bat for her teammates like that, because that was the first thing I thought was Rhyne Howard was completely robbed of an All-Star starter.
I think there's no bigger disparity between who people think Angel Reese is and who Angel Reese actually is. People act like, and I'm talking about the people who dislike her, people act like Angel Reese is some dirty player, some sort of unskilled, some sort of loud, bodacious, aggressive. Angel Reese has so much class, so much beauty, so much grace. She sticks up for her teammates. She pours into them. It's a real shame because in general, there's a lot of disparity between reality and perception in this league, in my opinion, right? And you 100%. Can see based on, I know that when I say this, people are going to get mad. Because why wouldn't they? Because they're going to shouldn't talk about her. Because especially you shouldn't talk about her on the heels of talking about Angel Reese, Sarah.
What about Caitlin?
But the fact that the fans ranked Caitlin Clark 2 and that the players ranked her 11.
Well, what that either tells me is she has no friends going to bat for her, or they don't have that much respect for her. The one, though, can I just point out the player rank that really blew my mind the most?
Let me think.
Oh, you're gonna...
yes, do it. No, do it.
Azzi Fudd being ranked the 28th best guard by the players in the league is absolutely mind-boggling to me.
Why do you think that is?
I really don't know. I really, really don't know, because, like, Caitlin being 11, Paige was ranked number 1 by players. I don't have any real arguments with that. Do you have any arguments with that?
I have none.
Okay.
No, I have none. I think Paige is the best. I think Paige is the best guard in the league.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Media ranked her 2. Media ranked Olivia 1. I'm also, like, I'm good with those 2 rankings. But the Azzi Fudd, 4 by fans, 15 by the media, 28 by players. I know Azzi Fudd is not having the rookie season that I think a lot of people expected her to come out and have, just because it's the rookie season Paige had or the rookie season Olivia is having.
And I think, to your point, though, like, she started out slow and there was drama around it.
Sure.
But if you were a fantasy player and you've got Azzi Fudd on your team, she's like putting up 30, 35, 40 fantasy points. She's averaging a block and a steal and a 3 per game. I think she's the only guard in the league doing that.
Yeah, she's
not
like
just
the best
rookies.
Two-way rookie for sure, I would say.
One of the best two-way guards, period. Averaging 13, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. 2 steals is crazy per game. And then she's averaging 1 block per game. So 2 steals and 1 block per game.
But she's a lot more effective on defense than I think that even those numbers make you believe.
Yeah, and I think too, though, the thing that we need to point out is that, like, the PR person, I don't know. Listen, I didn't see any memo, but I heard this from someone within the league.
Okay.
That the PR person for the LA Sparks was fired because they emailed out the ballots and didn't actually make sure the players were voting. Less than half of the players voted for the All-Star.
I know, teams. I saw that. Which is, like, which teams didn't vote? Was it how many usually don't vote? I have a lot of, even though Kelsey Plum, like, she did have a lower player rank, probably would have had a higher player rank had her team been able to vote. But Sonia Citron, Marina Mabry are 2 of the ones that I also felt like got huge, massive snubs.
Yeah, and I think too, what you see is that Sonia Citron is given a lot of respect from the players.
Both,
right?
Yeah.
Like 4th in player voting versus 10th in media and 10th in fan voting. I just think it must be like a Washington thing.
Who
because
are these media?
I think that what they do is they take it from every local market. I think at least one media member from every local market, and then probably some national, not just the AP, like my friend Sean Hyken from the Rose Garden Report. He's the only legitimate beat reporter that covers the Fire, and I think he's the one that has the media vote for for that Portland market. They're not obviously going to give my dumb ass a vote.
I know. Where are our votes?
We're way too biased for votes, to be honest. Don't give me a vote, because then I'm going to have to like defend my vote, and like I'll like vote Marina Mabry like 27th, even though she's probably like the 5th best guard right now.
Have you ever been on a voting panel?
Yeah, in the NCAA with you this year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we got
to
vote. A lot
of pressure. I don't like doing it.
Yeah, I could tell that. Like, especially some voting, for example, in the MNBA is public, so they would see your ballot. They'd be like, Sarah Chavnik voted for,
I hate that.
Voted for whoever MVP. And then one time Maria Taylor left, I want to say somebody huge, Anthony Davis maybe, off of her ballot completely for all NBA, and she got eviscerated.
See, like, you make one little brain fart.
It's tough. I want to say too, Gabby Williams, back to the front court. Gabby Williams is not a front court player, in my opinion. I know the chat's probably going to fry me. Oh, she's considered a forward, blah, blah. She's always been a perimeter player. You could technically put her with the guards.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she is now the 5th front court player, and Natasha Howard has had a phenomenal year, but the media rank has bumped her up, where Angel had 666, and the fact that she had 745 gave her 0.25 more points than Angel Reese. So what would have happened if they were both 6? How would that have worked?
It says on the bottom, like, fan vote is the tiebreaker. Whoever has the higher fan vote rank.
What do you think about that?
I understand the purpose of it is to, like, get the fans to go to the All-Star game because they want to see the players that they want to see.
And watch it on TV or whatever.
Yeah, like, I get that. But, like, if we're gonna fan vote, maybe it just needs to be weighted a little bit differently. Like, I think it should be, like, a third of the vote. Also, Angel, you were talking about, I just wanted to add, because in that bite, she said, I've had a few double-doubles. She's averaging a double-double right now.
So humble. She's also the fastest player in WNBA history to have 1,000 rebounds.
Wild.
Anything else you have a problem with?
I do want to, on this list... No, right now I need to see what the reserves look like before I can get too much.
Who will you be ready to riot for if she doesn't? And it's not Sonia Citron, because I know you're a Washington Mystics fan. Who would be the player that you're like, if they don't make the reserves, I'm fucking losing it?
I mean, I really think Carla Late has earned her right to be an All-Star.
Let's go.
I really do. I think she's going to be? No, I don't, because I think that the fan voting is obviously showing us that it's skewed.
Chat, we came back from Europe and we've struck in an accord. The love of the Portland Fire is now united. I love the Mystics and Sarah loves the Fire. We squashed out our DC Portland rivalry over some roasted veal and Coke Zeros for all. By the way,
with no ice. Coke Zero's no ice.
And now Carla Late is now boosted to the top of must-be reserve rankings. To me, it's Rhyne Howard. If Rhyne Howard's not a fucking All-Star, and Angel obviously has to be an All-Star, they're going to be All-Stars, though.
They're going to be All-Stars. But
the good news, though, is that it's not good news that she's hurt, but Kelsey Plum is injured. She's the main one who probably won't play. But that means that there'll be a spot for someone who would normally not be a reserve to make it. Remember, this happened to Slim last year when Kiki Iriafin and Sonia Citron were both All-Stars, and then Slim wasn't, and then she ended up getting an injury reserve spot, which I think, I don't know if you can really claim you made the All-Star team if an injury got you in.
Injury reserve, yeah, I know, but they do in the NFL.
Yes.
So
they do.
You know what? Let it happen. I do have a question. Speaking of the Dream.
Okay.
What's
wrong with them?
Is wrong with them?
What's wrong with them?
They cannot close a game out. It's like they have a really, really solid 36 minutes.
You know, what I'm going to say first and foremost is no Bree Jones yet.
Which is taking a long time.
Where are you?
What's going on with that?
Coming back yet?
Carl?
Yeah, I'd like to know when she's coming back. That's a big piece to me. I think also, they probably are like guilty by association. Like the Atlanta Dream, I think, are officiated a little bit differently than other teams.
How so?
I don't know, like Alicia Gray talks about how trash the refs are at all times, right?
Sure.
And so I don't think it's the only reason, but Angel Reese got whistled for a foul against the Valkyries where it was clearly a flop. Letitia Amy here, I'm surprised she didn't break her goddamn back flopping. Like that's literally like, what's it called? The C12 was like,
the vertebrae, yeah.
She said the vertebrae was absolutely snapped in half by that ridiculous flop. But I do think probably there's a little bit of an issue with personnel. Like they have a bit of redundancy problem. I think Alicia Gray and Rhyne Howard work really well together. You've got Jordan Canada, who's really the true point guard, but I don't know, I feel like maybe there's a glut of players or like an overload of players in the front court. And so like that has changed some roles for Naz Hillman.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Angel is there.
Yeah. It's a really good fit for her.
It's a good fit for her. I actually don't quite understand why they're giving up these leads.
And they're late leads. Like, so for example, against the Valkyries won that game closing on a 14-6 run.
And they're not shooting great.
No.
I think they were super hot in the first 15 games of the season.
Yeah, they were.
Shooting like 40-something% from the field. And now they're looking like the Phoenix Mercury. Shy of 40% from the field. They lost the last 5 in a row. I have to believe that they're going to figure it out. But it is a bit concerning.
Yeah, when you look at like the game flow win probability chart, right? It's like red throughout the whole game. This is very consistent with them until the last sliver of the game, and then it just dips and goes the other way. And I mean, to me, I always feel like when teams can't close out, and this is probably like a me problem, I immediately think this is a coaching problem. When teams can't close out. Yeah, I don't know why. I think in my head, it's like what we either haven't prepared properly for how to close out games. The play calling is either too conservative and allowing too many doors to be opened. I don't know. I that's just always sort of my initial reaction whenever I see this happening consistently.
I have a piece of feedback for the Dream that I think people will believe might be unfair.
Okay.
And I love them all dearly. I love Rhyne. I love Big Al. I love Angel. I love Jordan. I love them all. I think they're all phenomenal players. I think they get a little too me-focused when adversity strikes and they're not sharing the ball. Remember when Jose Fernandez was like, there's a lot of selfish play going on?
Mm-hmm.
I just think the connectivity hasn't been there in these losses. They're not finding the open man. They're sort of trying to put the team on their back and win the game themselves. And like not communicating great. There's some late fouls that are happening that are probably unnecessary fouls that the Dream are committing. Yes, the refs have been exacerbating that a touch because the refs are always a little bit inconsistent in that way. But, you know, these are the things that like make a championship team, right? Like when adversity hits, you lean into one another. You trust that you're going to when you find the open man, no matter who it is, that you're going to allow them to do their thing. Trust in one another. You've got so many prolific scorers on this team. Sometimes there's a tendency to put it all on your own shoulders. It's tough though. It's really tough.
There are more players that like we think should be getting more time, because you were talking about like redundancy in terms of, do you mean in terms of personnel, like on the court at one time, just the same 5?
No, I think it's just like rotations.
Okay.
Like when this happens all the time, you know, on a team where you've got like you're thin at one thing, you've got too much of another thing, and it puts a coach into a unique spot in terms of how to manage those rotations. And people burned me up for being like, oh, Okot, her and Angel don't play the same position. And Okot's been actually really good.
Well, I'm confused. Well, the reason I was asking that question is because I'm looking here. Okot is averaging over 5.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and she's only averaging 9 minutes a game, which feels.
Well, what's interesting though is if you look at it, rough. The more minutes I don't think this is I don't know that this is correlated.
Yeah, more minutes, the worse she plays.
No, the more minutes that she's played, the highest minute game except for the Toronto game. 19 lost to Golden State. 11 lost to Golden State. 11 lost to Seattle. 8 lost to Washington. 10 lost to Golden State. And then when she was playing like 5 minutes, 7. I'm not correlating them, but like
No, but that does make sense.
it's not that the more minutes Okot plays, the more they win. That's what we know it is not. And I like her, and I like the development.
I think she's developed. I would like to see more Tahina Pow. She played really well last year, and I feel like her usage is limited this season, more so.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, I'm looking here in terms of just...
Now, she hasn't had great stats as of late.
Yeah, you're talking about Pow's only playing like 13 minutes a game now.
I know, like really limited. Even last 2 games, she played 5 minutes and 6 minutes.
Naz Hillman playing 30. I mean, you basically have 5 players playing 30 minutes a game. The bench is rough. Then
That's what I'm getting at. The bench is rough.
Borlase is getting 12, Pow's getting 13, and everybody's getting scraps. I mean, when you look at a team like, say, and I'm not saying Portland is the model, but they have a very good bench. If you look at how that looks like, and I'm just getting myself together, Sarah, so everybody in the chat can just try to give me a little bit of grace. So if you look at the minutes for Portland, you have Carla getting 26, Bridget Carlton getting 30, Gustafson getting 22, Sarah Ashley Barker getting 25, Emily Angsler getting 23.
Yeah.
Taya Oblak getting 13, Frida Buhner getting 14 and a half, Geisel Solder getting 18, Nadia getting 17, Sarah Williams getting 11. It's you don't have anyone with like 4 minutes a game. Everybody's getting at least 8 minutes per game. Today's Daily W is sponsored by Fuchs Financial. I don't know if you knew that, but it's planning for your future without pressure. And I don't know, I used to be a financial advisor. Thank God I'm not anymore. Most financial advisors are like, yo, I got this mutual fund for you. I got this annuity for you. All of this is product-based, but Fuchs Financial leads with questions. What you want to do with your life? When do you want to retire? What does retirement look like for you? Because if you've got 2 people with different needs, different goals, different plans, they need different amounts of money, and they have different things that they need to hear. And the only way to build the right plan is to understand your life. I don't want your life. And if you're thinking about retirement and you want some guidance that fits you and not somebody else's agenda, which they're probably going to get paid for, got to talk to Fuchs Financial. Find them if you're looking for them. And if you want to go over there, fuchsfinancial.com. You could also check out their YouTube page. They give lots of great information about personal finance and about retirement savings advice. I look at it all the time because I'm a hot mess when it comes to my money. Sarah, I think you should look over there too.
Well, I was about to say, it's an easy transition to talk about a team that I was feeling was doing sort of an Atlanta nose dive down, but have recently picked themselves back up and seem to be coasting just fine. The Liberty. And the Liberty's bench is the same thing. You have 15 minutes, 16 minutes, 17 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes on bench players. And so when you're even giving, Rebecca Allen an average of 12 minutes a game, like you're deep on the bench.
No shade to Rebecca Allen.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, you're able to go deep on your bench and still get a lot of production.
Yeah, it's also really good for your stars to get that rest. When you're playing 30, 35 minutes a game and there's no one who can spell you, it's just a ton of pressure in order for you to perform. We've got, Sabrina's back. Sabrina is working her way back in. She's been playing like 28, 29 minutes a game. She's still not 100% herself. She's only averaging 10 points per game. And but in the Commissioner's Cup, she had some big moments. I know that there in our group chat, there were some people putting the little alarm bells out.
I know
for Brianna Stewart. And I was, as someone who does not want to fall victim to what we did against the Las Vegas Aces last year. I was like, hold your horses.
Okay, but
Yes.
can I give you a but?
Sure.
When you look at it, does feel that the Liberty sometimes goes by way of Stewie's 3-point percentage. When you look at like her recent games, the recent games that they went on that like 4-game little mix, Stewie was essentially shooting like 0. She was 0 for 4 from 3 against the Sparks, 0 for 3 against Washington, 1 for 3 against Golden State. They lost
over 2 against Washington.
Over 2 against Washington. Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. But then she was 2 for 4 against Minnesota, and they won that game. It just feels.
But she was also 0 for 1 against Vegas, and they won 93-85. I think Stewie's 3-point percentage isn't critical to the success of the team.
And I think that
disagree.
I just think that there can be patterns. I'm not saying that it necessarily keeps them from winning, but
yeah,
I do notice that maybe it's pacing, maybe it's energy, vibe of the team when she's doing the things that Stewie does, that it just rising tides lift all boats. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
she's a fucking beast. First and foremost, we got to give her some shine for that Commissioner Cup game.
Oh, yeah.
25, 11, 4, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Just put the team on her back. Then against the Lynx, she had her best game in years. 36 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Stewie, I think Sabrina's kind of the same as well. And we talked about some of the things that Sabrina did in a way that was like not great against the series against the Leaks a couple of years ago. Yeah. But in the Commissioner's Cup, she had 26, 5, and 5 in 31 minutes. And then against the Lynx, she had 17 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Those games are super important because those are the 2 best teams in the league.
Yeah,
right? And you beat them. You beat the Aces without Asia. So you could say, well, maybe we are going to discount that. But you beat the fuck out of the Lynx.
That was, okay, honestly.
And it was never close.
No, and that game was the most impressed I've been by them really since like mid-June. Because, you know, they scraped by against Chicago. Then they lost 2 in a row. Then they beat, like you said, a Asia-less Aces, which was like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. Yeah. Seattle Golden State, again, should be wins. Not really that impressed with them. But that Minnesota win was by far, I think, the most complete win they have shown in a while.
I think beating Golden State's really impressive, too. This is a team.
No, but they didn't beat Golden State.
No, they didn't. But I thought you said that they.
I'm saying like they should have. I'm saying like they should have won.
I see what you're saying. Yes, they should have beaten Golden State. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And losing to the Storm is a really bad loss.
That's a really bad loss. So that's what I meant by like, I was like, ooh, and
losing to the Sparks is a bad loss. Losing to the Mystics, bad loss.
Bad loss. Those were bad losses. And I was starting to, and that was after the Golden State loss was when I was like, can I worry about Stewie now? And you were like, no.
And was I right?
You were right. But I'm not ready to, what did I say? I'm not selling stock. But I'm not.
You're holding
I'm not
your stock.
Buying. I'm holding my stock right now.
But here's what I'll say. As a whole, teams that have the best players on them, I'm going to give them in the regular season more grace, especially if they've already won a championship. Stewie is a winner.
She is.
Jonquil's a winner. Sabrina's a winner. The Aces are winners. They've got multiple championships. So what they do in the regular season, yes, like if you show up and you're not playing at form, then that's something to talk about and to think about and to watch. But to me, not nearly as concerning as a team who we haven't seen proven themselves and look even the same in terms of how they're playing. Even remember last year, the Atlanta Dream looked so good all year long. Like they're shooting threes, they're potent. And then it's like you get bounced in the first round.
Yeah, they shocked me in the playoffs last year. I remember thinking I had them going way further than they did.
Same. And to me, it's like, do you have the championship DNA and experience to prove to me that even when you go through bumps in the road in the regular season, you're going to figure it out when it matters. And to me, the Liberty are going to figure it out when it matters. I think we need to keep an eye on Chris DeMarco, on his coaching and that evolution of his coaching. Things are starting to put themselves together. That Lynx win is the most impressive win all season long to me.
No, I think that's fair because I think there are 3 teams that I would safely say in the W that I would never count out of contention.
Aces,
Liberty,
Lynx. Even though, hand up, I said they were dead.
You said the Lynx were dead.
I did.
You didn't
But I also
believe.
said maybe Nafisa could be an MVP if they were 500 when she came back. And
This team
listen,
could win a championship without Nafisa,
to be honest, yes.
which is
To be honest,
wild.
yes.
Real quick,
Okay.
before we talk about the game in which we both said, oh my God, we can actually talk about it with freedom.
And peace.
We saw yesterday quite a meme post of one Miss Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham.
I know, that was a Freudian slip.
Then, so Bleacher Report women's. Again, I'm kind of tired of
No, it wasn't Bleacher Report. It was overtime.
I thought it was BR Women.
No, it was overtime.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I don't know.
Screenshot it. We
True.
screenshot it. No, it was 100% overtime.
Let me see. Hold on. Sophie. Because I swear.
Sam took a screenshot. It's in the group.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me look in the group.
Yes.
I know this is so annoying.
Overtime. Look, right here.
Oh, wow. Yep. You're so right.
Okay, so overtime posts this meme. And it was up for all of 20 minutes before they had to take it
made
down.
its round in the group chat.
Our gabbers were flabbergasted.
Yep.
Yeah, you get
I'm
it?
there.
Yeah, you get it?
I'm getting it.
Sure,
My
it was
brain's
shocking.
I'm still on can time. I'm still on room time.
I don't even know what time it is.
It's giving. So here's the thing about it's
That
gonna
meme?
seem. It's gonna seem again like I'm just trying to give my opinion, and I'm feeling like I'm walking on landmines. But I don't like that Fox News and the right wing have taken Sophie for their own.
I agree.
When we don't really know.
Well, the White House, did you see Trump did the point?
Yes! Did I see it? I'm surprised they didn't put her on the damn Jumbotron. Like a video of like AI Sophie Cunningham being like, America, fuck yeah, playing 1,000,000 fireworks on the National Mall, yeah.
I was going to say, I'm surprised they didn't have like those drone fireworks in the air, like come to shape.
With Sophie's face in them.
With Sophie's face doing the.
I don't like that they're doing that to her.
I know, they kind of, is it like, it feels like they sort of stole her NIL without consent.
Yeah, yes.
Which
If
we
I was
know
her-
they do, which we know that they do. That's
It's
like
not like
a
Jackson
thing.
Dart where you went on stage with them. They just said, "Yeah, she's ours." Like people call her MAGA Barbie. She made that point, and like we think she's MAGA. So now she's ours.
But knowing
She does need to say something. She does need to say something.
But knowing that that's what it is, like you probably also shouldn't make her into the Statue of Liberty and post it on the 4th of July.
Overtime. Some intern was chewed out over that.
Look, they deleted it. Screenshots last forever.
They do. We should just post it onto their page every day.
I will never forget. I think I've told this story before. When I was working for the Peacock, it was
That's NBC.
it was like, I don't know, like a week or two after the Boston Marathon, and the BMW Championship was in Boston.
Okay.
And leading the tournament was Dustin Johnson. So the graphic that went up that night to show Dustin Johnson's driving stats said on the top, Boston Bomber.
Oh.
And I remember I was like, not a single person in here sees this.
So this is like when I worked for Nike and Oscar Pistorius, right before he was charged with murder
Mm-hmm.
for shooting
great.
his girlfriend,
Yeah.
They had a campaign ready to roll out calling him the bullet in the chamber.
Oh no.
Marketing. They also, I don't know if this has been changed, but the daycare center on the Nike campus, Joe Paterno.
No.
Yep.
No, they have
true.
to change that.
I don't know if they have. I'll make some calls.
They really should, if they have not.
I'll make some calls. What else do we have to talk about?
Fever, we have to so Fever won last night over the Aces. Again, this was a game that was like no Caitlin, no Asia, so peace in the kingdom. And I did text you at one point and I was like, wow, Fever are absolutely whooping that ass in the third quarter. And then I was like, oh wait, nope, they suck in the fourth quarter. And you were like, this is kind of their MO. Is this like just like what they do? Is they blow fourth quarter leads? They had a 16-point lead at one point.
They ended up winning the fourth quarter 16-13. But like these anemic fourth quarter scoring performances are like definitely a piece of concern. Mm-hmm. I think in general, I'm kind of concerned about the Fever, and probably people will think again that this is something to do with Caitlin Clark, but it is not.
Yeah.
To me, you look at, I'm just grabbing some stats here. All right, so they're second to last in steals per game, bottom 5 in points allowed at 89 per game. They're giving up the third most field goal percentage for opponents. Their defense has just not been great. They've been also turning the ball over at an insane rate, third most in the league. And to me, it's like, okay, they just need to be better defensively and they need to take care of the ball. If you can do both of those things, is like just at least be league average defensively and not turn the ball over as much as Caitlin and some of these other guards have. You know, Caitlin's a turnover machine. She's a very aggressive passer. She's a very aggressive passer. That's what makes her electric. But like, you got to start cleaning that up at this point in your career. And like, they just want to outscore you. Kelsey Mitchell is one of those types of players that you feel like is electric. She can 3-level scorer. You've got Aaliyah Boston, who's the type of player that you want to go high-low with. And she's been really, really good this year. But to me, it's this like lack of defense, where we saw this even against the Fire game, where you could just go right past them.
Right.
And like, yes, Ty Harris had no turnovers. She's not playing that many minutes instead of Caitlin Clark. So this is a real problem. Now, great win against the Aces. This Aces team is much better than just being Asia Wilson focused. Jackie Young has been great after her little bump in the road to start the year. Chelsea Gray had some incredible dimes in that game, like jaw-dropping dimes. It was really the Aces scored 14 points in the third quarter and 13 points in the fourth quarter. Just unacceptable. And like, you got Jackie Young had only 15, Jewel Lloyd only had 12, Chelsea Gray only had 10, Nalissa had 9, Cheyenne Parker Tyus only had 9. You don't have that like scoring punch that you can rely on 25, 26, 30 points in a game from Asia Wilson. If you do that, then it's a totally different ballgame. Now it's 98-84 instead of 68-84.
I was gonna say also, and this is just something to keep an eye on, and I haven't really dove into it. It was just something that occurred to me, and I pulled this up. Chennedy Carter's minutes, points, like usage really has fluctuated a lot in the last 2 months. Like it was really consistent at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, right around 20 to 25 points per game in the first like 10 games.
Yeah, and was averaging around 20 minutes a game. Now she goes from having 8 minutes
She's getting 22 points, 27 points, 18 points, 20 points.
Yeah. And now it's like she'll go from having like a 0.8 minutes played to 16 minutes, 11 points, 25 minutes, 18 points. Next game is 0 points. So it's just like, it's very inconsistent right now with Chennedy in terms of like what they can get out of her.
And how much Becky Hammond trusts her. I was talking about this today actually on NBC when we were talking about 6th Woman of the Year or 6th Player of the Year, and like why Janelle Salon is probably going to win this award over Chennedy Carter is like, you cannot necessarily rely on Chennedy Carter to provide that consistently off the bench.
Yeah, like it looked like that early on.
Yeah, and it did. It looked like she was going to run away with the award. Remember, I was freaking
Yeah,
out.
we
being
were like,
is she
wow.
actually an MVP candidate? Like, what is Chennedy
She was
Carter?
playing insane early on.
I think talking shit about Becky Hammon not giving you fourth quarter minutes is not going to be a productive use of your time. I think she's had some injuries as well that
Yeah.
have been not nagging, but like kept her out a couple of games. And so I don't know how limited she is in terms of how her body is moving, but it's not good. You're going to need more. The fact that you played the Fever, one of the worst defenses in the league, and you shot 2 times. You only shot twice in
That's not
15
great.
minutes.
That's not
And
great.
like there's no like that main scorer, Asia Wilson's not playing, and Becky Hammon only gave you 15 minutes when there was more minutes to be going around. I think that's concerning as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, shot twice, no blocks, 1 steal, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. It's not a really productive use of 15 minutes.
Whereas like when they beat the shit out of Connecticut, she had 25 minutes, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals,
All over the place.
16 shots.
All
So
over
I
the
don't know,
place.
man. It's again, the Aces are going to be fine because they have Asia Wilson, Chelsea
Of
Gray,
course,
Jackie
yeah.
Young, and Becky Hammon. But definitely something that I bet Chennedy Carter's not happy about. Probably something that the Aces are not happy about. Maybe she can just lock in at the end of this, after the All-Star break.
Yeah, I'll be also curious to see how some of trade talks start going on. I've seen a lot of different things coming out, like who does what need.
Yeah, remember the Aces last year traded for Nalissa Smith. That really turned around their season. So maybe they'll make another move.
Well,
I've heard that Kelsey Plum was gonna maybe get traded.
yeah, they keep saying.
You don't believe it?
I keep hearing that, but I don't know.
You would be surprised if that's the case. There was a big
Well,
article.
Unless LA is just willing to like wipe their hands of the season, and
I think that they're pretty much wiped their hands. I think you're talking about
intentionally or not intentionally.
Not intentionally. Like they've got 8 wins. They're sitting there at 10th place. And, you've got Kelsey Plum with an injury. You've got Ariel Atkins, who hasn't been good. Overall, like just been very, very uninspiring. You've got, an aging superstar in NECA. The way that Lynn Roberts wants to play hasn't been very successful in the W. There's a big article that people should read that we'll link in the comments about all of the things that are going wrong for the Sparks that we could talk about at another date. But it's really just one of those scenarios where they're going to need to get have some draft picks. Yeah. And they're not a team that's going to win many games this year. Remember, I think their win total was 26.5, and I laughed audibly at that being what it was scheduled to be. And then also, in terms of news for the Sparks, they've waived Tania Latson, who they thought was going to provide that scoring punch for them, one of the most potent scorers in college. And then they brought Kate Martin up to a standard contract, which isn't going to do the things that they think it's going to do. I don't think this is a team that's going to be very good. They need to make some moves. I would start to just unload. I would get rid of Dearica Hamby. I would get rid of, Ray Burrell's been really good. Maybe you keep Ray Burrell because you're probably not getting a lot for her. But they need to fucking get some future assets because they've traded all these assets away to get Kelsey Plum, to get Rakia. And the thing is, too, Sarah, Tania Latson's not a player that shoots a lot of threes. And Lynn Roberts wants you to shoot threes and layups. So, I don't know if they're not on the same page with the coaching staff and the front office, but it's a fucking mess.
It seems like a mess because it just also feels like when you're waiving your we're not first round because he was a second round pick, but when you're waiving a draft pick before the All-Star break, I don't know. It just feels like maybe you're searching for a lot of what you need mid-year.
Pack them up. Not a lot of fun in Hollywood right now. Did we miss anything else?
No. I have a game tonight. When's your next game?
I mean, they're on a road trip. I go to Vegas. Yeah, I go to Vegas on the 8th. They have a 1-game homestand here against the Aces. Who knows if Asia will play. And then they go on another 5 to 6 game road trip and then they'll play the Wings once. I don't think I'm back until the All-Star break is over. So I don't think I'm going to see anything until after Chicago. By the way, get your things in order for Chicago.
Okay, well, if the league will quit ghosting me.
Also, Sarah's hat, Nikki Beach, Sandra Pay, top 3 moments I think of our lives combined. This is when she committed to Carla Late full time. Like,
I don't know that that's accurate.
When we were standing on the table, she was like, "The Late Show, Baby Bird, Opa," and then she spilled her espresso martini on me.
No, you put your espresso martini above my head and I stood up.
That's
So whose fault was that?
where we tend to disagree.
Anyway.
Great show. Chat, I know I'm not myself. My brain's goldfish. My ability to speak is slow. I haven't even drank. I have coffee in my system. I don't know what's wrong with me, but please just don't hold it against us or don't hold it against me. Sarah, great show. Are we doing this Thursday? Are we doing a Thursday show or no?
Well, we have a show. We have a guest.
Oh yes, we have our guest. Should we say who we have?
Yeah.
We have Carrie Champion coming on the show for Friday. We're going to get her thoughts on the state of the league. She has some thoughts around Alex Ohanian, noted women supporter, being on Camp Trump.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
It's a weird one. A lot of things were said about Alex Ohanian in Cannes that were not said by us.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me feel some kind of way about him. So I think she wants to give us her thoughts on that. If it doesn't make the show, it's because she's changed her mind.
It's because we didn't get to it.
That's because we didn't get to it. We'll see you Friday, chat, with an all-new episode of Let Her Shoot featuring the one and only Carrie Champion. In the meantime, make sure you follow us on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify. If we put it on Spotify, or if it gets on Spotify when we put it on Spotify, sometimes that doesn't always happen, and it's nobody's fault except for Spotify.
It is.
Yeah, you've watched Let Her Shoot. 1, 2, 3. Let her shoot.